Hoo-wah. Okay. What the hell is that? That's not no. Alright, why are you acting like a fool? It's not wanting to do right. Oh, that's right. Why? Uh, ah, it's not wanting to do right. Yeehaw. There we go. Why? I don't get it. Hey, Lacey. Rick, what's up? I'd have been here sooner, but I was working on trying to get this background right to fit close to right anyway. And I don't have a exact number to use for that, so I had to keep experimenting. But it is what it is. Anyway, I just wanted to come hang out with you guys and girls for a little while and talk about those yummy breakfast burritos. That was good. And the thing about those is it doesn't take that long to whip that up. You know, I mean, if you use two separate cooking devices, you do your bacon in one, your sausage in one, then your scrambled eggs, you know, and you mix it all together, and there you go. Put your cheese in it, and you're good to go. Thanks a lot, Rick. Anyway, but yeah, those didn't take too long to whip that up and made for a good dinner. And yeah, I need to scoot back from the table a little sooner, I think. Hey, there's my bestie, Christina. How you doing? So, how do you like the way the background turned out? This was Christina's idea to change my background, and I understand now that I think about it. But uh, for the live sessions that I do like this, I don't need to have the paranormal graveyard background up for that. I need to have that up when we do shows, and makes sense now that I think about it. And I kind of like this one anyway. Elizabeth Davis, hello. Good to see you here. I wouldn't talk about old parts if I was you, Rick. You know, I don't think you're a spring chicken anymore. Been going through a series of different things to watch on TV here lately, and watched two or three Netflix movies, and yeah, watched The Conjuring again. I've seen that one before. That's a good movie though. Trying to think of what else I watched. This I can't remember. Now I watch a lot of stuff about UFOs and aliens and the ancient alien stuff. I love that stuff. And of course, haunted shows, the haunted, a haunting, different stuff like that. And I won't watch Ghost Adventures, and I quit watching Ghost Hunters anymore because they got bought out by the network. They're not the same anymore. Uh, but I do like a haunting, and I like the haunted. Those are pretty good shows. Okay, yeah, I'm a knucklehead. I'll buy that for $1. I still trying to figure out the way we're running this broadcaster and bringing people in from Skype, bringing them in here, and all the viewers can see everything that I put in my XSplit right here in the broadcaster, but the co-host and the guest can't see all that, and they can't run the viewer on the Facebook page because of the delay and stuff in there would throw everything out of whack. So we're trying to figure out a way around that, but until such time as we do, they're kind of going to be running in the blind. The guest and Christina both will be running in the blind. Yeah, Lacey, I know. But yeah, they're going to kind of be running blind, and we'll have to see how it comes out. You guys will have to be our eyes and ears and tell us how everything went, because even though I can see what's going on, they can't. So, uh, I mean, you'll be able to hear them, but you won't be able to see. I mean, they won't be able to see, and I'm sure they will hear. You know, they'll be able to see what's going on in the chat room also, but they won't be able to see anything else that I put on here. Um, I'm gonna run a slideshow on the upcoming show with Deborah Fawcett that has a lot of pictures from the old Lavaca County Jail, and everybody will kind of be able to see what it looks like outside and inside, what it used to look like before the modernization that they're fixing to redo and get rid of. They're going to take it back to the original, and I think that's pretty cool. Only thing with that is that'll mean the removal of some of the newer jail cells that they had. Just we'll have to see how that goes. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? Um, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how it all comes out. And I'm going to try to get down there, hopefully, before the summer's out. And I have a VIP ticket, I guess, to the whole weekend to myself. So you can't beat that with a stick, you know. So I'm going to try my best to get down there and be able to do that, because I think that would be a lot of fun. And from everything I've been hearing and seeing, there's a lot of activity that goes on in there. So that should be a fun, interesting trip right there. Of course, my sister tells me, you know, Y'all don't need to be messing with them ghosts and stuff. And Laura Matheny, hello. Thanks for stopping. Yeah, they tell me I don't need to mess with ghosts and stuff like that. And what can I say? I mean, if you've ever if you've ever seen one, it's hard not to want to capture all that. You know what I mean? And show everybody what you actually saw or similar to what you saw. Because when I saw my first one, it was a full blown apparition with legs, feet, and everything walking on the sidewalk. Uh, Being 9 years old, I didn't have a camera, wasn't even thinking about all that. Just thinking about getting inside the house and locking the door because I knew I just walked past a dead person. But anyway, uh, Brenda Hutchison, hello. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. Neither, none of, my brother wasn't either. And we didn't have cameras and stuff back then. We was poor folks. So, now I look for, trying to catch something like that again. I just think that would be awesome. And it gives validity to the fact that I know they're real, and so many people out there are skeptical and they don't believe that spirits exist, but they're wrong because I have seen one. Uh, I seen one and I knew who it was, so you know that's double validation for me right there. So what are you guys up to tonight? What did y'all have for dinner? Something good? Anybody have steak and baked potato? I wouldn't mind having a steak and baked potato. Excuse me. See, I can't tell exactly who all's still here right now. Cindy's here, Lacey's here, Rick's here, and that's the only ones that I see with the green light. So I don't know if the rest of them are just popped in and popped out or what. So anyway, I appreciate them stopping by. Appreciate everybody coming by. I mean, I do this for fun. When we start doing the shows again and stuff, that'll be the serious, also kind of fun stuff too, because I'm sure there'll be a joke or two brought up now and then, but that's when we do the more serious stuff. These are just hang out with y'all and just talk about whatever, laugh, cut up, joke. Sandy Heisman, hello, how are you? And I love this the way this works because it automatically shows public and everybody can find it. And if not, uh, there's a link that I can share. There is a link that I can share, and I can also do this. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Can't do that one. Why can't I do that one? Oh, I did. That's why I can't do that one. Okay. So I sent a few invites out to see if anybody pops up. Can do it that way too. But the share link is supposed to bring everybody right to the chat room, I think. Which I can also do that. There we go. Okay. So I sent a link out also. That should show up on my page, I think. Man, I need to do this different. I'm gonna have to change something. Joe Batal, how you doing, sir? Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to do. I can create another scene and put my paranormal graveyard background back in it and use that for that because I have enough space to do that. This thing is kind of cool, um, and you can run it for free. It has a free version. Uh, some of the stuff that they claim you get if you pay for the upgrade, which I paid for the basic upgrade, and it didn't seem like I got anything for it, so I probably won't do that again. Um, but yeah, you can do. Now there is one thing that you can do with the upgrade if you get a big enough upgrade. You can stream live to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, or Twitch, or wherever you want to go. You can run more than one stream. In other words, you can stream to more than one place, and I think that's pretty interesting. If you're wanting to get, if you're wanting to get out and, as the old phone commercial used to say, reach out and touch someone, that would be the way to go. Um, I may look into it later on, depending on how everything else goes. But and also it says you can get a Skype camera, which I don't know what in the heck that is, or how that works with the one that you're already on. You gotta if your camera is tied up in XSplit, I don't know how it can run in Skype at the same time. So if that's what it's talking about, then yeah, that would be pretty cool. Because that's how we have to bring people in when we do the shows. Is they have to come in through Skype, and I have to bring them in to the broadcaster here. And as I said, if I show pictures or anything like that, they're not going to see them. Um, the viewers will see everything, but they won't see them. So basically, it'll just be us and them talking, and that's all they'll see is a blank screen or a purple screen or whatever. Because you have to freeze the Facebook page viewer so that we don't get the echo or the lag. So anyway, that's how that all has to work, and like I said, maybe there's a way through an upgrade that you can get around all that. I don't know yet. Something I'll have to check into in the future. Hello, Leanne. Leanne Anderson. Been knowing her for a long time. How you doing tonight? I'm telling you, my eyes aren't even with these freaking glasses. Uh, and of course, they're not very clean. I could clean these things 1,000 times a day, and they would still be. a wreck. So anyway, it's Saturday night. It's 7:30. 7:30 on a Saturday night. So what do you guys got? Any plans? You gonna go out and investigate anybody, or y'all like me just sitting around the house twiddling your thumbs? Hi, Casey Mansfield. Hello. I'm gonna be sitting around here probably watching some more aliens and haunted stuff. Might break down, even watch a movie again. I don't know. Happy Saturday night to you, Casey. Casey's a longtime friend on here. Plus, we know each other personally. She's a sweetheart. Uh, anyways, man, it's kind of boring, but um, it is what it is. You know, it's no fun being by yourself, and I'm not completely by myself. My daughter lives here with me. My brother's been staying here a few days, and it's not the same people being around you, and you understand what I'm saying. But it is what it is. I'll make the best of it. We're cooking dinner. What are you making for dinner? You making breakfast burritos? Yes, no. I have to think of. I have to improvise tomorrow and think of something good that I can make with hamburger meat. And I'm out of the good cheese. I can't use. There's none of that no more to use. Well, I'm not completely out of it, but there's not really enough to do anything with. Uh, oh man, I will tell you something. If you get that cheese, it comes 2 bags in a box, and it's like nacho cheese in the big old bags. You can put that stuff in just about anything, and it makes it awesome. I mean, I've used it in scrambled eggs; they were awesome. I've used it in hamburger helper; it was awesome. Of course, in breakfast burritos, it's awesome. I thought about trying it on my enchiladas. I'm probably leaning toward trying that here soon, just to see. Uh, Hash browns, scrambled eggs, gravy with toast and sausage. Ooh, that sounds good. Rocky, what's up? Rocky Stoochie's in the house. Man, it's been a while since I talked to you. So what's been going on with Rocky? You just been hanging in there like everybody else? Man, it's always good when people you haven't talked to in a long time show up. Get to reconnect for a minute or two. That's awesome. Um, anyway, we were talking about her making this awesome food and me not having none. I heard that, Rocky. Facebook JR, the real one. or both. Yeah, Casey's making hash browns, scrambled eggs, gravy with toast and sausage, and she ain't sharing. Of course, I'm full of eggs and sausage and bacon and cheese right now. But man, I love some sausage gravy and biscuits. I can tear that stuff up. Oh, so Rocky, my brother, what you doing? You up for doing another show with us here soon? We're fixing to fire this thing back up. Come get you some. I hear you, Casey. I wouldn't have room for it right now. That'd be a wasted trip. Oh, you guys ever just? I know this is silly. I'm just saying, but have you ever ate so much of something you think you're gonna turn into one? Yeah, I mean, I always eat more than I need to, and that's my fault. I shouldn't do that. But man, when the stuff is good and you're not thinking about it, man, you're just stuffing your face. I mean, next thing you know, you done ate 20 pounds or something. I ate three good sized breakfast burritos, and yeah, I'm stuffed. Taters, hash browns. Yeah, I know what hash browns are. I love taters too. That's the problem. Taters are fattening. I like fried potatoes with onions cut up in it and cooked in them. Oh man, that is so good. Or you can make the little baby cut potatoes in a deep fryer and put some of that cheese on them. That's really good too. Um, Baked potatoes, mashed potatoes, au gratin potatoes, scallop potatoes. I like potatoes. uh, Rocky brother, you never did answer me. You up for doing an hour show here soon? Breakfast burritos are good. My Don can make a mean omelet. you know, if I got a good pan that don't stick, yeah, I can make a good omelet. I can make a big omelet if you want one. If the pan's right. And of course, when I make them for myself, I don't care if they tear up a little bit. It's still what it is. But when I want to show out, if I got a good non-stick pan, I can make a good omelet. Ain't too much I can't make if I set my head to it. Of course, when I try new things, I'm like dreading the outcome because I don't know how it's going to come out. But I mean, I should have been a chef because I don't mind cooking. I kind of like cooking sometimes. Oh well, too late for that faded dream, huh? I guess Rocky has done left the building. Anyway, Anywho, of course, as you see, I have my coffee, my hellhounds. Got to have coffee. I have also some ice water here in a Gatorade bottle. And yes, I'll drink hot coffee and sit here and drink ice water too at the same time. Dreamer, hello. What's going on with Dreamer? Christopher Wayne Fisher, how you doing, buddy? Like I said, I do these videos just for fun, just to hang out with y'all, see what's happening. Maybe talk about whatever's coming up in the near future, or whether it be about, doing the shows or road tripping or going to some investigation somewhere. Don't seem to matter. Just I'm just on here gabbing. Nothing much. Yeah, I'm bored too. Join the crowd. Of course, the weather kind of tends to mess up your, planning anything when you don't have nothing indoors to investigate on. You go to outdoor places, and it's too cold to do them right now. Cecil, my brother from another mother, popped in to say hello. How cool is that? Uh, it's supposed to be down to 29 tonight. I don't think I'm going to be standing out on a haunted bridge at 29 degrees or in a cemetery somewhere. Although there's one I want to go check out pretty bad, but have to wait for a better night to do that. Boo. Man, I want to go. I want to go back to Waverly Hills, though I really do. Hopefully, and Brushy Mountain and all that stuff. I'd like to do that this summer. We're gonna have to see how things go because we got different plans going on. Riding on Route 66 is a definite plan for August, I think. So that leaves all the rest of the summer and spring to plan other things. I rode in the back of a truck this morning at 25 degrees to go pick up a piano. Man, hell, when I woke up, it was 20 degrees here. I don't envy anybody riding in the back of a truck at 25 degrees. Michael Haley, what's up, brother? I don't envy anybody riding in the back of a truck at 25 degrees. No, 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 no. Not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Not my bloody cup of tea. Anyway, was it a grand piano or was it a baby grand or just a regular old church type piano? I don't know. Same temp here in PA. What a cold winter for where I live. Supposed to be around 40. It was 45 earlier. I know it's done dropped some. I can feel it. Uh, I can't see my. Let me see if I can find out what it is right now. Right now. Oh, come on. Takes it a minute sometimes. Right now it's 42 degrees. 42 degrees. I'm an Eskimo. I hear you, brother. I have the heat up on 80. I tell you what, we have electric heaters in here, and my daughter's heater burned up, so I gave her the one out of my kitchen, which heats that whole area back there.
What?
I was talking about the heater that was in there. So now I heat with my dryer in the kitchen area to heat back through that way. Heats my kitchen and bathroom. You do what you got to do when you little tootsies get cold. You know what I mean? It's not a pleasant sight. Sometimes there ain't nothing better than ice water, y'all. That's a fact. Them electric heaters work real well. Yeah, they do, and them electric bills work real well with them. So who all's still here? I can't see anybody who's still here except Christopher and Cecil, and ain't nobody else saying nothing. Ain't nobody talking. $300, yeah. Oh, Casey's still here. She just got quiet on me. Got quiet on me. If you guys don't talk, then I gotta sit here and ramble and look like an idiot. So y'all need to talk to me. I'm stuffing my face. I hear you. See, that's why I did my face stuffing before I came on here. I mean, y'all would want to see me with, sticking burritos in my mouth. No, 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 no.
No, actually, do you know people make YouTube videos called mukbangs where they literally eat and just talk about random shit? And it's trendy.
Really?
Really. So you could have eaten your burritos and talked about your shit.
I could eat burritos and talk about burritos and talk about other shit that don't involve burritos and talking about the shit that you got to do after you eat the burritos and ate burritos for one meal, then ate an entire taco pizza pie. Man, you had some good stuff there, Christopher. ate too much during my birthday. That'll happen. Man, mine's coming up 3 days from now. Will be the big 6-0, and I want my cake. I want my cake. I'm like the dude from the Creep Show movie. I want my cake, Bedelia. It's Father's Day, Bedelia, and I want my cake. Anybody ever watched the Creep Show movies? Stephen King. I like the second one better than the first one. I like old Chief Woodenhead, the Indian, and the raft and stuff. That I thought that was actually better than the first one. But I mean, the very first one on the first one was okay. But I mean, from there on, it kind of just lost its flavor. But then the second one was pretty decent. So anybody else watch the Creep Show movies? There's actually three of them. The third one was really lost cause, I think. I mean, I think they were just really reaching for something to make that one with. Of course, it's hard to come back after the second one. The second one was really good. It's kind of like whenever a band comes out with a really good album and they got to do their best to try to either match or beat that, to stay afloat. And a lot of times they don't. That's why you don't hear from them anymore. Tiffany Rose Divine, how are you doing? But yeah, that's what happens with you know. I'll give you two good examples: Friday the 13th and Halloween. How many different Friday the 13th movies are there? 13. I know there's several Halloween movies, and then what's his face had to make his own version of the Halloween movie.
Rob Zombie.
Yeah, Rob Zombie. And then they had to remake Psycho and put the dodgeball dude in there. Whatever his name is, he's the dodgeball dude. Vince Vaughn as Psycho. When everybody knows who Psycho is. Anthony Perkins is the only Psycho. Just saying. Heather Don, hello. You keeping Cecil in line? Remake of Halloween is better than Rob Zombie. I bet it is. Now, I haven't seen that one yet, and I've been kind of holding off a little bit on it. Uh, Now, I did watch something recently that I was waiting to see, and maybe it'll come to me in a minute. I'm a little slow. Um, I thought the Nun movie was eh, it was okay, but it wasn't, as scary as it was made out to be. I didn't think. I don't care for Rob Zombie's touch of on movies and stuff. I mean, That's just me. Some people like them, but uh, I think he's the one that did Stake Land, wasn't he? That was, and the House of 10,000. Uh, Supposed to be 10,000 souls or 10,000 ghosts or 10,000 whatever. Uh, didn't none of those really float my boat, but that's just me. I'm looking at my chat room window over here that is sitting idle. Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. First one, didn't you get to see? You got to see the gore. Okay. Uh, the very first Friday the 13th, and that for its time, that was awesome. And I can't remember if it came out before the first Halloween or vice versa, but that movie and the first Halloween movie was awesome. Then they had to go and make about 30 of each one of them. Bad kitten. Anyway, yeah, I mean they had to go and make 30 of each one of them, and it's kind of like the Leprechaun movie. That's another one. I mean, there's what about 30 Leprechaun movies, and why is it that every one of these people have to go to space? Um, didn't Jason go to outer space? Michael Myers, did he go to outer space? I think Jason went to outer space. The Leprechaun went to freaking outer space. Really? Yeah, Jason went to outer space, and I think they had Jason Takes Manhattan and all that good stuff. Jason versus Freddy. I mean, good grief. Jason needs a rest. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and another one they did about 30 was Nightmare on Elm Street. They did do more than one Psycho, I think. I know they did. They did. There was another one that had Anthony Perkins in it, where he was supposed to be married. I think, and he freaked out because he found out his wife was pregnant. He didn't want another Psycho being born into the world. Anybody remember that one? I mean, good lord, though. Why they gotta make 500 of all these movies? They think. And what really gets me is when people remake these classic old movies. And I think in their mind they're thinking, well, this thing made a lot of money back in the day when it came out. So if I remake it and put whichever actor or actress, whatever, that's really hot at the moment, that everybody wants to see, and put them in the position of these characters, it's going to make another million or $1 billion or something. Y'all need to leave shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Just leave stuff alone. Yeah. Sorry, I got off on a little rant there, but I mean, really, leave it alone. Now, what's the next uh, great horror movie that's come out that I haven't seen yet? Anybody know what's coming out? What kind of horror movies coming out? Anything new? Not a remake, just something new. Of course, then again, you got to figure some of the great directors have passed that made a lot of these great old movies that everybody really enjoyed, like Halloween and Friday the 13th, stuff like that. Wes Craven's gone, so if they remake any more Nightmare movies, it won't be him. God forbid how that's going to come out. I Spit on Your Grave. The first one was good. The second one sucked really bad. I thought the second one was supposed to be a sequel or something. Anyway, they did two of them. The first one was good. The second one, once again, they should have left it alone. Uh, Carrie was a great movie, the original, yeah, and they had to remake that because, like I said, they think they can put another character in there and change things a little bit, and they're gonna open the floodgates and the money's gonna roll in. Now, there's a lot of people like me out there that thinks they ought to leave the damn classic shit alone. I mean, what is it? They ain't got talent. They can't come up with new stuff, or everything's about been done. I'm sick to death of zombie movies and zombie shows, and I mean, I got sick of vampire movies. The only thing I didn't get sick of was werewolf movies because they didn't really make a whole lot of those, but they did the vampire thing to death. Uh, no pun intended. Uh, Mike Cook, glad you could come by, brother. We in here talking about how stupid people remake classic movies, and how stupid people make 30 movies of one thing when they should have left it alone after the first couple. Sometimes the second one will be pretty decent. Then they got to keep going because that one actually made a little money. They think, well, we'll make a third one. And that one might have made a little bit of money. We'll make a fourth one. And they keep going until it gets ridiculous. Probably the 13th, I think, had at least 13 or 14 movies. And I know Halloween's got at least 5 or 6, if not more. Uh, Nightmare on Elm Street's got about 5 or 6, I think. And then they remade Nightmare on Elm Street with a different person. Should have left that one alone too. Uh, I don't know. Just man, the things they do with movies. Right. Nobody's tried to remake that one, and I'm glad because that was a great classic movie, Christine. Uh, but give them time. They'll 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 probably try to remake it instead of it being the Plymouth that it was in the actual movie. It'll be a uh, Corvette or a Camaro or you know something more modern. Did you know that there was actually a car that Christine was made after that actually supposedly uh, caused people's deaths and stuff. There was actually a car that several owners of that car died in some form or another. Um, and they didn't have it very long before this happened either. So it's not like, well, they got it and they got old and passed away. No, they got it and they had it a little while and something terrible happened to them. They died, you know. Um, and I think it was a Plymouth, but it didn't look like the one in the movie. It was a older, boxy looking type uh, car. If memory serves me right, I'd have to go look it back up again. But yeah, I mean, that's based on a true story of a car that supposedly caused, I think they said 14 deaths or 14 different people that had involvement with that car died. You know, I was thinking about, I think it was Twilight Zone that had the car salesman that who would sell everybody pieces of junk, and he'd tell them, "Oh, it's great," you know, blah 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 blah. And the guy drove in that old Model T and sold it to him for $25, and he said, "But I got to tell you, the car's haunted." He said, "Once you own the car, you have to tell the truth. That's part of the haunting of the car. It makes you tell the truth." And he was having to tell the truth about everything, and it was funny. Cheryl, hello. Cheryl Wood Vega is in the house. But yeah, I mean, good Lord, we've talked about how they really crapped up a lot of classic movies. We've talked about lots of stuff and food and everything else. I mean, what can we talk about now? Somebody surely got an idea. Throw something out there. Let's give it a whirl. As my drill sergeant used to say, I can't hear you. In this case, it's I can't see you. Nobody's talking. I want to go to Old Lavaca County Jail in Texas, and it's in Hallettsville, Texas. Go hang out, have a good weekend down there. How about haunted roads? Yeah. Anybody know some good haunted roads nearby? In the vicinity of Martin and the surrounding areas? Hey, Jason Harris. Hello, welcome aboard. Love that area you guys were in earlier. That was pretty awesome. Of course, I like lakes and stuff like that. Need to go back down by Reelfoot Lake whenever springtime hits too. But yeah, I've got some road trip plans, and of course, you know, drawing disability, I don't draw a ton of money, so I have to save wisely in order to be able to do this stuff. Um, I have a few months to save up for our Route 66 road trip that we're going to do. We're planning on being gone at least a couple of weeks, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, there's a lot of places up through there that I'd like to see. Of course, I'll have to take some video, be able to show everybody when I get back. I mean, you never know. There's old abandoned towns off of Route 66. I want to see some of that. Huh? Over by the spillway. What, Ripple Lake? Evil Encounters. Uh, I might have. Sounds familiar. Not really sure. There's one that there's two movies on it, and that sounds so familiar. I can't say that's it or not, but you don't go to the spillway, Casey. You got to go down to the park area down there where you can grill out some stuff and have a awning over your head to keep the sun from beating you to death, and yeah, that area. I mean, evil encounters. Evil encounters. I don't know. Uh, okay, why did I do that? Sometimes I do some of the stupidest things. I have to get back into here now. I'm gonna see if I can find that one. Let me get over here in my. Okay. Evil encounters right there. No, get back there. Road trips through hell, evil encounters series. Is it a series? Hey, Aaron, how you doing, buddy? Oh well, man. Hey, we talk about everything when we get in here. I'm assuming this is a series. Legend of Mothman. Okay, you know what? Let's we're gonna stop that right there. And I will start that up when we get done, and I will check some of that out, Casey, and let you know what I think. Aaron comes in with, oh hell. What's up, Aaron? What you oh helling about? You have to think of the name of the one, Casey, that's talking about hundreds of roads. It's kind of like a haunting. I'd like to check that out too. Um. Anyway, hell, Aaron come in here talking about oh hell. Now he won't talk to me. Almost looked like Russ Prince up there in the little thing. Anyway, um, so I'm checking into this Evil Encounters thing, or I'm about to, and you need to tell me the name of the one about the roads. Oh, okay. That's the one I'm about to watch right now. Or well, when I start watching, I'm gonna. That's the first one. But they have several of them that's called Evil Encounters. It's like a series. So yeah, there's gonna be a few of them, and I'll get to see, I guess, how that all goes. Aaron, you not gonna talk, buddy? Well, according to the little magic number box up there, there's 10 people that's actually viewing right now. And that's awesome. I appreciate it. You guys, y'all are awesome. Um, Sometimes I may not make a lot of sense, but you know me well. Just having fun talking with you guys, and this is what we do when we're bored in Martin, Tennessee. Just put chicken on the grill. Cool. Well, thank you, Christopher. I enjoy you being here, man. Ghostly Encounters. Yeah, I watched a lot of those. Now that's one show I don't mind watching. Uh, like I said, I'm picky when it comes to paranormal shows. I don't just watch everything. Uh, I like the haunting. I like the haunted. I like ghostly encounters, and seems like there's another one I can't think of the name of right off the top of my head right now. But like I said, I'm kind of picky about. I don't do ghost adventures, and I quit doing ghost hunters. They got ridiculous. Um, they let that network money get control of them. You see, that's what happens. That's why I would not want to have to deal with doing a show live for a TV network. because I don't care what they tell you in the beginning, they want control. You know, they from what I understand, they told Jason from Ghost Hunters, you can do whatever your way you want to, or blah 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 blah. Now they don't do residentials anymore. All they do is famous places, and you know, where they used to debunk everything, now they get stuff everywhere they go, and it just ain't the same anymore. And I think one of the things that I really liked about that show in the beginning was that they went out of their way to help people. Now they just go out of the way to help themselves, line their pockets. And I thought, how they got rid of Jason's partner there. I liked him actually. He claims that he left on his own, but I think they accused him of rigging something or whatever. And anyway, and I'm not saying that he wouldn't do that or didn't do that, but it gets down to a point to when you want to get rid of somebody, you can always find a way. That's how I lost my job at the school. They came up with some fake crap just to write me up to get me out of there, and that's okay because I don't miss it. Paranormal Survivor is okay. Uh, I don't like it as much as I do the other ones, but I mean, I can watch that one. They expect results exactly, and if you don't find any, they're going to create some. Sci-fi made it all about ratings exactly. Christopher, you're right. And it wasn't just necessarily about that, but you know, when Jason and Grant started rolling in all that money, they changed, man. I mean, they was willing to let this stuff happen so they could, get more fame and fortune and the money keep coming in. From what I understand from some of the other people that worked on the shows with them and everything, they didn't make shit. So, I mean, the way they told it, Jason and Grant made all the money. Now, I don't know about that. I think old Steve Gonzalez probably made a dime or two. Um, but anyway, it ain't here nor there. Like I said, they changed. After a while there, heck, they even did a commercial or two, I think. So, yeah, it got to be all about the money. Yep, you're right, Christopher. It does. Now, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind having a little more of it. Be a little easier, pay my bills and live a halfway decent life. But uh, I wouldn't want the headache that goes along with, having to produce something out of nothing. And if you can't, they go in ahead of you and rig up stuff so that you can actually find something. That's bullshit. And I heard that the camera crews would go in ahead of them and rig up stuff, and then when they come in, of course, they're going to find whatever it was. And I don't know. It just got to where it wasn't interesting anymore. So for all of you guys and girls that came in to listen to me ramble on about all this stuff, thanks so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna shut this thing down, I think, and watch this interesting show here that Casey has turned me on to here. Gotta go grilling in January. Thank you, sir. Aaron, you have a good one there. Christopher, thank you for coming. All the rest of y'all that stopped by, Casey, Dreamer, everybody, I appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful Saturday night. If you get out, don't get in no trouble. Be safe. Come back home. We want to see y'all tomorrow. And with that, I'm going to shut this thing down and watch the TV. So y'all have a good night.